Hey everyone, it's Jay Rosen here from Zero G Videos, and today I'll be ranking every roller coaster in Thorpe Park, located in Chertsey in the UK. This park is my personal home park, so I feel as if it is only right to start my time on the channel off by ranking the park that's dearest to my heart's small but very sweet collection of coasters. Please keep in mind that this is just my opinion, so I don't care if you think it's wrong. It's mine after all. But still feel free to put your own rankings in the comments. I'll be interested to see how yours differs from mine. Anyways, on to the rankings. Coming in at 7th and bottom is Flying Fish because, well, look at it. It's nothing more than a glorified monorail. Only thrilling to the smallest of thrill seekers are those who think that Mr. Monkey's banana boat ride is a bit too intense for them. I mean, seriously, look at that thing. The way it swings really churns my stomach just thinking about it. Oh, it's so scary. Sorry about that, I was just freaking over the traumatic experience of Mr. Monkey's banana boat ride. Anyways, following on from that is Colossus, or as I like to call it, the ride. I hate to admit it, but in the front row this can actually be a pretty enjoyable ride with some decent forces, as long as you can brace yourselves from that dizzy ending, which everyone is familiar with at this point. No matter how much into coasters you are. However, in any other row, it feels like the ride is Annie Wilkes from the 1990 hit movie Misery, if you know you know, leaving you coming off the ride in agony thinking, truly an awful experience, bar the front row, but it could be somewhat okay if it had much better trains due to you having less legroom than you have on a Ryanair flight. For our next spot on the list, it's The Walking Dead The Ride. Not gonna lie, I kinda completely forgot that this thing existed until I finished writing the script, so I kind of had to go back in and edit it afterwards and change my whole rankings, but moving on from that, the reason this goes above The Ride is due to the theming. At the end of the day, this thing is not much more extreme than the Flying Fish, being a bit of a step up, but nothing compared to the likes of Stealth or Saw. So I can't really put it higher than this, but still higher than The Ride, because it at least wants me to walk again, which is ironic considering the ride's name. Next up on the list is Saw, which, depending where you sit, feels like Billy has put you in an actual trap rather than a ride themed around it. In the front middle seats, the headbanging really isn't that bad to be honest, but on any other seats, in particular the back edge seats, it's like you've been put in a blender. This is a real shame because the ride is so well themed and it has a fantastic layout, albeit it's pretty short, with both dark sections and outdoor moments perfectly balanced. Overall, a pretty good coaster, but it's pretty rough, but nowhere near as painful as The Ride. Also, just to add on, this has the best airtime in the park. That drop is as well as the airtime hill near the end, pulling some sweet, decent negatives, which is a surprise considering how rough the rest of this ride is. But moving on. Taking the bronze medal is Stealth. The best way to describe this is that you should expect your trousers to be a different colour by the time you get off the ride, if you know what I mean by that. This thing is the fastest coaster in the UK and it has the 3rd fastest acceleration of any coaster in the world. The stats scream number 1 in the park, but why have I not put it up there? Well, like your mum said to your dad their first time, it's too damn short. It goes up, down, bit of an airtime hill and that's it. However, the launch will get you no matter how much you go on it. That Intamin hydraulic power does not disappoint, trust me. Just look at my trousers after a front row while on this. Also, the views at the top, albeit you do not get a lot of time to appreciate them whatsoever, are also fantastic. Moving up to the silver medal position, we have Nemesis Inferior. I'm so funny, what an original joke. Please, how have I not got an award yet for being just so incredibly funny? Just listen to me and my awesome jokes. In all seriousness though, Nemesis Inferno, I said it right in this time, you're welcome, is very forceful, even in the front. It feels like it wants to rip your legs off, but in a good way, unlike The Ride. This ride is non-stop from beginning to end, and it really is a blast. The little bit before the lift hill through the volcano adds to it as well, with all the mist and effects they have going on in there, building even more anticipation for the actual ride. It does, however, have a bit of that famous B&M wrestle, which, depending if you have a good or bad ride, can really change your opinions on it. I don't actually have that much else to criticise about this coaster, with my only thing really being that the number 1 coaster is better than it. On that note, my number 1 coaster at Thorpe Park is, if you hadn't guessed it by now, the Swarm. Yes, it might be a bit short. Yes, it might not be as intense as the likes of Stealth or Saw, but something about it just gives me a huge fucking boner every time I walk up to get on it. The theming is stellar, with it being situated on its own island, really giving you that apocalyptic atmosphere, paired with that absolutely banger station music. Like seriously, just listen to this. Oh, truly orgasmic. The ride is just so smooth, making that flying feeling that you get even more beautiful, and to top it all off, it has a real crashed aeroplane. How cool is that? Truly an awesome ride, and easily the best at the park in my opinion. Now I wonder what could top that. RMC, B&M Hyper. Oh god, sorry about that. Anyways, that just about wraps up my video on my Thorpe Park rankings. I hope you all enjoyed, even those who like the ride. Please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the Zero G Videos channel for content just like this and so much more. See you in the next one. Ciao.